Welcome to Python Basics with EJD. This is the second video on this in this playlist, and it's about exploring Google Colab. Just like I told you in the first video, previously, in all the other things I've talked about Python, like scientific computing with Python, data analysis with Python, SQL with Python, and of course, data science with EJD. In all of those, I was using Jupyter Notebook. Google Colab, of course, is built on Jupyter Notebook also. So you can download, you can upload Jupyter notebooks into Google Colab and still continue your work. And anything you do in Google Colab, you can also download also as an IPython file. So I mean, if you still want to use Jupyter notebook, not a problem. You can just navigate all this seamlessly. The advantage of Google Colab is that you don't have to install anything, just have a Gmail address and open. That's all. So here we want to see how we explore Google Colab. I mean, I think the long form of Google Colab is collaboratory or something like that, but Colab is really popular. So, and how do you get to Google Colab? Just just open your browser and you maybe just look for Google Colab. I mean, I've been using it a lot. So once I press G, it's already showing up. But if it's not showing, just type Google Colab in full and then you click, and then you can just click on the first link it brings, and that's what you have. So of course, here we are talking about our second video, and the second video is about exploring Google Colab. So I go for that right here. So I just double click on that, and then I expect it to open up. So of course, it is web-based, right? So you need to be on the internet. Maybe that's one, but maybe that's a bit of disadvantage here. And that's the advantage Jupyter Notebook may have over this one. Okay. So this is the Google Colab environment. Of course, this is not the first time I've seen, but the last time we're talking more of introduction to Python. So let's just look around the things we have. First of all, you see some things by the left-hand side. So when you click on this, it shows you the arrangement of whatever you have in the notebook. All right. So it tells here, so this one shows me we have like 3 sections and some subsections under it. And we are going to go through all of that one after the other. Then after that, of course, if you look at this now, you can, if you want to find and replace something in your code, maybe you have 1,000 lines of codes. Okay, let's say I have input here. Maybe I want to change every input to output. I just say input. All right. And I change all of it to output. So you see, it highlights all the inputs for me. I just want to change everything to output. Okay. So I just replace all. So replace all instances. I say, okay. So you can see all inputs have become outputs. Of course, the output it will be useless for me in this code, right? So I don't need that. So let me change it back. So now I want to replace all outputs because I really don't need outputs. All I need will be input. So I want to replace all input outputs with input, which is really useful. Then I just replace all. So it's asking me if I'm going to replace all instances. I say okay. All right. So that works. So it's more like the kind of thing you get in Microsoft Word and things like that. Okay. So here you want to see some code snippets and all that. So I want to see, should I say discriminant? I don't know. Let me try this. Like you just want to see some code discriminants. Like I just want to see some code snippets talking about discriminants, something like this. So, okay. So like you want to filter code snippets. I guess this is just for code. Let me see now. Okay. This three. Okay, that's not working. What if I go for, say, import something? Okay, import data from Google Sheets and things like this. So that's about snippets, like you want to refer to some other parts. Okay, so let's go for this. This is secret. Let's see if you click on secrets, what do we get? So you can configure your code by storing environment variables, file paths, or keys. Values stored here are private, visible only to you and the notebooks that you select. Secret name cannot contain spaces, no secret saved. So if you have something you want to keep, you want to save for use later, you can do all of that right here. And here we have files now. So if you click on this, so you have files. So here now, maybe your sample data and things like that that you are using here, we don't have any of that right now. So this, we may refer to this a lot. So that's the left-hand side. Of course, another thing I want to say is we want to see what the tabs look like. So we have the file, we have file here. Oh, I forgot to expand. Okay. So, I mean, what I just did here, I just checked through all this now. So with the expansion, I think this is clearer now. So you see table of content, you have that here. Then you have, you can replace, whatever you need to replace here. You can have, you can filter code snippets and things like that. You can have some secrets, like you can add some new secrets and things like that if you want. Then if you want to have access to some kind of data. But for now, will be using, we can look at this once in a while. So that goes. Of course, now I want to talk about these tabs up here. So first of all here, to name this file, I came up here and named it whatever I needed to name it. So you could, so normally if you open a new Google file, like if I come here and I do Google Colab, right? If you want to open a new file, normally, so if you click on this now, you can just say new notebook. Okay. So that new notebook gets to open like that, takes a bit of time, and then it opens up. So this is like the totally new notebook. So you can see here, there's no content, nothing. So you can just start typing and all that. So normal, so to rename this now, just come over here, highlight this, and maybe you want to call it testing or whatever you want to call that. So, and then that becomes the name of the file. So that's how I actually got to do to name that one I had right there. Okay, that's how this was named. So apart from that, now we have all these tabs. Now for file, now you can maybe you want to locate something in Drive. You want to open in playground mode. New notebook in, like if you want to open a new notebook too, you can just click here too. Like you want to open a new notebook. Yeah, you want to create a new notebook in Drive, you can just click on this, just like what I did there. But I don't want to bother about that for now. So if you want to open an existing notebook, you can click on this. If you want to upload a notebook, like if you want to bring a notebook from, okay, I mean, maybe this is a good time to talk about this. So if, like I told you, if you have anything in Jupyter Notebook already, you can easily bring them to Google Colab, right? So let me open this now. And so here, this testing thing I talked about, I now want to import a Jupyter Notebook that already was in existence. Is that the English? In existence, yeah, I think. So you want to upload a new Google Jupyter notebook. I mean, a Jupyter notebook that you had before elsewhere. So I just click on this now, and I click on upload. Okay, and for upload now, it tells me to browse. So once I browse, then I need to find my way to where I can get. Okay, fine. I think there's some. Okay, well, let me find my way there. So I go to this. I go to documents. Under documents, I have important Python files. And under that, I have data science with Python. Then I can come here. So then I come to this comprehensive thing. Maybe I want to do something on logistic regression. So I already had this prepared 24 kilobytes. So it is an IPython file. So an IPython notebook. So I just click on this, and then you see it takes a bit of time, and then it opens up that file. So if you already had some things you did before in Jupyter Notebook, not a problem. You can easily upload it in Google Colab. So you can see all the text, all the codes are all showing here right now. Okay. So you can upload whatever you had in Jupyter Notebook before to this place. So not to worry. Even so, if you have to migrate from Jupyter Notebook to Google Colab, you have no problem at all. So whatever you had saved, you can actually bring them here. Okay. So having said that, to the we go back to what we're talking about before. So now we are still talking about this file. So on that file now, you can upload notebook just like we did. You can rename this notebook if you want. So it was exploring Google Colab before. So it takes you back there, so you can rename it if you like. Then you can actually move. You can move to bin, like you want to trash it. You can save a copy in Drive. If you already have it there, you can save another copy or so. You can save a copy as a GitHub gist, or you can actually save a copy in GitHub too. So from here, you can see it is seamless. You can automatically convert your Google Colab files to something in GitHub. Then you can save normally, right? But or use Control S. Then you can save and pin revision. Control plus MS. You can also check your revision history. Then you can download as an IPython notebook or as a Python file directly .py. So that's all you need. So IPython is particularly good for interactive mode, like we learned in the previous video, and you can also download, .py. Then you can print if you like. So one beautiful thing is that you can actually print it as a PDF document. So here, all you just need to do is save it as a PDF. So I just click on save, and then it gives me the option, and I just save that. So I mean those Python codes now can now be seen as a PDF document. So you see, exploring Google Colab has seamlessly be converted into a PDF document. So with this now, if I need to teach a class and I need to share the PDF document ahead of time or something like that, I can easily do that, but with just a few clicks like that. So I can save this in PDF. That was a bit difficult in Python because I know I've tried it before and it wasn't that easy. So that's one big advantage of Google Colab over Jupyter Notebook, I mean. All right, so we see all of these things on that file. Then we come to edit. So if you want to edit, maybe you want to replace, you want to select all cells, you just press Ctrl Shift A, like you want to select all the cells. You want to cut cell or selection, you want to copy cell or selection, you want to paste, you want to delete selected cells. So you highlight the cells and just press Ctrl MD. You want to find and replace. I think we did that. This is the one by the right here. You can find next, you can find previous, then you can do some notebook settings. You click on this, now you see hardware accelerator. Is it Python 3 you're using or Python 2 or R or Julia? By the way, Jupyter, the idea of Jupyter in Jupyter Notebook is Julia, Python, and R, right? So it means you can also do some R or Julia things in Google Colab, interestingly. Then are you hardware accelerated? Are you using CPU or T4 GPU and all of these things? So you can check all of that. Then if you want to hide generative AI features, automatically run the first cell or section on any execution, or you want to omit code cell output when saving this notebook. Anything you want to, okay, omit code cell output when saving this notebook. Yeah, I think I like that. So whenever I'm saving, I don't want the output to show. The alternative I have is to clear the output first. So I think I like this setting. So omit code cell output when saving the notebook. I think I really like that. So I've done that setting like that under edit now. So anytime I save, I don't want the outputs showing, which is lovely, right? So you can also clear all outputs. So instead of having to clear all outputs, I've already set it that anytime I save, then I don't want to have all the outputs showing, right? Okay, so that's about view, about edit. Under view now, you can have table of content. That's the same thing. Clicking this one gives you, the same table of content that one gives you. Then notebook info, so you can get some information. I am EJ Dansu. This is my email address and all that. Notebook size, private outputs are disabled. Code cell execution outputs will be saved, and all of these things. So we can see all of this. Then still talking about view, we can, you can also comment, you can hide comments, you can minimize comments, you can expand comment. In fact, we have a whole video on talking about commenting in Python. Then you can collapse sections and all that. So you want to collapse sections, this is where you come to, or you can do control plus open close brace, close square bracket, right? You can do all of that. Then, of course, these other ones are deactivated now because there's no use case for them. But you can also expand sections. You can show or hide code. You can show or hide outputs. You can focus next tab. You can focus previous tab. You can move tab to next pane. And all of these things are very possible right here. So we come to insert. Then you can, if you need a code cell, you just need to press Ctrl MB. There are many ways to do this, right? If you also need a code cell here, you can click on this code, or if you need a text cell, this is where you come to. Then, of course, in each place like this, you can see, you can just click. When you point here, you can see code and text. So we use all of that a lot. So you see how those will go. Okay, I think we're done with that. We're on insert, right? So if you want a text cell, which you also can go from here, section header cell if you want, then scratch code cell if you want, code snippets. Then if you need to do runtime, like you want to run all your cells, for instance, you can do this. You can run the if you want to run the cell before a particular one, you can do Control F8. Run also, that's Control F9. You can run the focus cell, that's Control Enter. So if you click in a particular cell and press Control Enter, you can run that cell directly. You can run selection, you can run cell and below, you can interrupt execution, and all of it. You can restart session, you can restart session and run all. You can disconnect and delete runtime. You can change runtime. I think this runtime is what is called kernel in Jupyter Notebook. I want to believe that's what it's called, kernel, right there. You can manage your sessions, you can view resources or view runtime logs. All of these are possible. Then we have some tools here. You have the command palette, you have some settings, you have keyboard shortcuts. So if you click on this now, you can find keyboard shortcuts. So Control Alt M gives you, it helps you to add a comment. You can also set some other shortcuts here, whatever you want the shortcuts to be like. So you can set your thing. I'm not doing all of that right now. But shift up, grow selection, Control H, find, Control M insert code, Control M I interrupt. So you can make your own shortcut for other situations like that. So you can see Google Colab looks more robust, I think, than even Jupyter Notebook, because another thing that is very organic, it's dynamic. Like there's a lot of updates going on from time to time. You're still on tools now, so you have notebooks, shortcuts, then help. You can have some frequently asked questions. So if you want to learn more, you can come to this. You can view in English, view terms of service. You can send feedback and all of this. All right. Now, having said all of that, now you can also see that you have this command thing here where you can also see some shortcuts and some other things you can do, like you find and replace. You can also, down here, you have a whole lot going on here. You can collapse all sections, just like some of the things we had seen, not quite long. Okay, so that's talking about that command part now. Then, of course, if you want to create a code cell, a text cell, then this is show command palette. If you click on this, now it shows you all these plenty things. Yeah, right. Then this is the command itself. If you click on this command, oh, it's the same thing, right? Okay, so if you want a code cell, a text cell, if you want to run all, you can come here. Then if you click on this, you can restart session. You can restart session and run all. You can interrupt execution, or you can clear all outputs. So anyhow you want it, you can work with all of that. Now, with that in place, now let's take, how do we work with Markdown? Of course, the idea of Markdown is we also had it in Python, right? Except that it is a bit different. Whenever you need to work with Markdown, you need to include a text, right? So like you want to write something, you want to write equations, but of course we start with texts first of all. So working with Markdown, right? And when we talk about Markdown, it's like it's some kind of coding on its own too, and it has its own rule. So we'll just explore a bit of that. So working with text, for instance, so all I'll just do is, because we are trying to work with text, I just click on this, and then I do some. Okay, let me do as many as possible. Okay, well, anytime I need it, I'll just come for it. So if you're working with text, now let's say you want to write something like, say, hello. Hello, welcome, 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 hello, welcome to Python. I guess I can expand this. Welcome to Python Basics with EJD. So you can just write a sentence like this. And the thing about this is you can just click, you can just come here. If you want to see the original thing, you just click close Markdown editor, and then whatever you've typed there can actually show for you like this. All right. And another thing we get to do with this is maybe you need levels of headers and all those things. So just like in Jupyter Notebook, if you use an hash, maybe it tells you, say you want a list of countries, list of countries in Southeast Asia, Southeast Asia. All right. So that's one level. So if you, trying to look for a sharp way to get this done. All right. Okay. This, if you want to format as code, that's not what we want now. This is reposition Markdown. Okay. That's for repositioning. I think there should be a shortcut to get this going. Should I say enter? Oh, enter is not doing the job. What about control enter? Alternate enter? Oh, yeah, that does the job, but it creates a new cell, which we don't need now. We don't need a code cell yet. We are still working with Markdown. Okay, I'll still keep going back and forth until I figure out a shortcut to do this. Okay, so list of countries in Asia. Then you now come to the next level and say thing, and now list the countries, right? So you say, so now you have the next heading level now. You now have the countries and their capitals, right? So let's say we have the countries first. So we have okay, let me start with Japan, because then I go for the next one. So with two like that, I say Korea. Next I have China. Next I have, say, Singapore. Next I have, say, Taiwan. Next I have let's say Hong Kong. Next I have, say, Malaysia. Okay. So what else? Yeah, let me just stop here. So I still feel there should be an easy way out of this. Let me see, bold. Okay, we have to explore this one, in fact. Okay, so I can just click on this, and then you see the list comes out like that. Okay, so at different layers. So what if I want to list the capitals? So let's say I need the capitals at a smaller level of operation. So for Japan, I say Tokyo. Next, I have Seoul for Korea. Next, I have China. I think is Beijing. Yeah. Then next, I have Singapore. Of course, that's Singapore City. Singapore City. Then next level, Taiwan. Taiwan. What is the second level? Taipei. Yeah, I think Taipei. Taipei. Then Hong Kong. Of course, Hong Kong is Hong Kong City. Hong Kong. Hong Kong City. Then for Malaysia, that is Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur. Okay. Then yeah, there should be a shortcut for this. I'll figure it out. Okay, so you see, there are different levels of these things. So this is not looking so pretty right now, but let's do some other explorations. So I think the easiest way to go is let's explore these things we have up here. So this is to toggle headings. Okay, so this is one level, new section, another level of heading. So it gives two. Okay, let's say we want to toggle heading, right? So like what kind of thing I did now? This, then I go down, do the next layer. Okay, so toggle heading. That's what I've just done there. Okay, so then if you want to make something bold, this is what you do. So you have bold text right here. So you want to italicize stuff, you have that. You want to okay, this is italicized, right? Italicized stuff. So you use this kind of text like that. Then you can format it as a code. You want to change it to a code. So you have something like this, then if you want to insert a link, say you want to insert, which link can I insert now? Let me see. Okay, let me just say gmail.com, right? Gmail.com. Gmail.com. Okay, I hope this is clear enough. Okay, so you can insert gmail.com like that. Then if you run this, okay, I think it's because of this thing. There should be an easy way. Can I move all of this here? I can move this closer to be so cool. Okay, it's not moving. So you have the bold text, you have the italicized stuff and things like that right there. Okay, so when we click back again and go, so you can see this one is standing on its own somewhat. So um so you can insert an image. I'll talk about image later. Then you want to add a block quotes. So you just use this. So you can, go for the next level even. Say you have two of that. All right. You have two of this. So another level of block quotes. Okay. That's another level of block quotes like this. Okay. So let me see. Does this work for this? No, it doesn't. Okay. Let me just close this up. So add block quotes. Okay. And this one doesn't have a play button to make it play. Let me see. Okay, so we have that. So we can have more things, right? So this goes, and then so you can see different levels for the block quotes now. So I come back. Okay, let me create another cell. Let's get done with that. Let me create another text cell where we can also still do some text things. So like now, so we've done block quotes. So we've done quotation. So if you want to do some numbering, so you want to list items, you can do that. So if I go down, you also want to do bullets, you can do bullets like this. So you have to start with star. If you want to list item, you just say 1 dot, 2 dot, and that. Then if you want to add horizontal rule, let's say you want to add a horizontal rule in between this, just do that. So that'll be like 3 dots, like 1, 2, 3 on your keyboard like that. So that will give horizontal rule. So you can see the rule showing here. One thing about Google Colab is that whatever you're doing, you're seeing it immediately down here. Then when you run it, this is what the kind of thing you get. Oh, okay. I think I got it now. Yeah. By clicking on that thing now, it takes me back there. Oh, so I don't have to keep going back and forth. So I can expand this now without stress. Good. We learn as we go. So if you want to use LaTeX, yeah, if you want to use LaTeX, you can just click on this. Say, okay, well, I'll do that in the next. I think the next part is talking about LaTeX. Then this is you want to insert an emoji. Say you want an airplane emoji, or then you also want another emoji. Say you want another m. Okay, no, not this one. You want to insert. Okay, let me go down. Say maybe I need an emoji like what now? What now? Alarm clock. Okay, we can have that. And then okay, so you can see how it is going to display. Everything is showing down here. Everything is showing down here straight. So I can just double click on that when I'm done. So I don't have to go back to all that place I was going before. So you can also see whatever is happening by the right hand side here. If you don't want to see it under, right? If you don't want to see it under, you can see it at I think I like this right hand side though. So you can see it side by side. So once you are done, you just double click on this, then you see all the text thing you were working with. Okay, so that. Then let's come to equations. So still under Markdown, right? Under Markdown, we talk about text now. Okay, I think there are some. Okay, yeah, there are some other Markdown things we can do. But we'll see them as we go further, right? We have seen how to italicize stuff, as you can see here already. So here we italicize. This is how to italicize stuff. So you just put it within 2 asterisks to make things bold. You have a single asterisk. Another way to italicize something is, you can also do 2 underlines. I mean, is it underscores now? Underscore before and underscore after. Okay, so you can see it's italicizing all the same. So either way is fine. Then for this itemize, okay, let me double click this and get over with it. So for this list thing too, another way to do list is you can actually have you just say this hash. Okay, this is here already. Another way to do another list is put dash and list, say list 1, dash list 2. So you can see all of that. Also, you can see it automatically goes. So it's either use asterisk before. So the asterisk up here was before and after. But here, if it is before, you are doing a list, basically. So when you are done, you just double click on this and then you have what you need right there. Okay. Now, let's talk about working with equations now. Okay, as a mathematician, right, we need to work with equations like me. So I can just click. So again, what you need is text again. So, and this takes you to the whole LaTeX thing. So, but I'll explain how that plays out. So for instance, I need to write the equation, the formula, let me say the solution to the solution to the quadratic equation, then $sign as usual, right? It's a single $sign. It means you need the equation inline. So that means the equation will be on the same line as the text. So you have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So if you solve this right using the okay, the solution to the quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 using completing the square method, or let me say by completing the square, by completing the square is, so you can see this one is inline, is, then the next one I want to not be inline, so I now use double $signs so that it will not be on the same line as what I'm writing. So when we do that is x is equal to, now that's a fraction, so with backslash, you can use frac directly like this. All right, and you can also use dfrac. Dfrac makes the things bigger. So dfrac, then open and close, open and close. So at the top, right, that's minus b, all right, then backslash plus or minus. So this plus or minus now, that you can say plus or minus. If you want minus and plus, you can also have that, right? Minus b plus or minus square roots, okay? Square roots, I open the bracket and close it. B squared mathematicians will understand this, or some physicists that use LaTeX, they can understand this. So this is showing, but it's long. That's why you're not seeing it. Okay, all over. Maybe this case, it will be better if you have it on there. Okay, yeah. So here we can see what we are doing directly on there. So you can have, so by clicking on this now, you can move this to the right or down. So anyhow you like it. So, and all of this all over 2A. Okay, and then you can put the full stop here because it's going to be on the next line. So now when you're done, you just click on that, and then this is it. So the solution to the quadratic equation, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 by completing the square is x equals minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. That's working with equation. So if I can continue writing in that place, but let me say, I click on text again. So what if I want to represent a matrix? So we can say a matrix can be represented as, so again, maybe it's better to have a matrix, you know, not inline like we did before. So we can just say begin. There are different types of matrices. Maybe you can say P matrix, begin P matrix. All right. And then in between, down here, you now say end P matrix. So for those who use LaTeX already, will already understand what I'm talking about. So you can see this is P matrix. This is what it looks like. If you don't want P matrix, you can use B matrix. Okay. So for B matrix, see what it's like this square thing. All right. So anyhow you like it. Okay. So let me even complete the matrix first. So let's say we need let me just do a 2 by 2 matrix where I just have, say, okay, I just say A underscore 1 1. Okay. And A, that's row 1, column 1. So row 1, column 2. Then I end that line. Then I come down here. Okay, I need to put this in brackets to avoid that thing looking so weird. Okay, so this should be in brackets. Okay, so as you're doing it, you are seeing whatever you're doing here. So this now, I go to here, I come here, and I have A underscore 2 1 and A underscore 2 2 in all these embraces. And then you can see the matrix is set like this. So let's start with P matrix. I'll just copy and paste. So I have P matrix, I have P matrix. So this is what that looks like. Okay, so I'll copy this now. I just duplicate and change it and change the form. So we have this matrix. Of course, I need to say maybe just put a full stop, because in maths we also think about writing complete sentences. Okay, that's one thing. So another way a matrix can be represented is this. So same. Okay, maybe I should just do the same thing. I should just keep going in the same line. I can say or, then I just paste this one now. So I paste this one. This story can go. So instead of P matrix, I can now do B matrix. Okay. So this is another form. All right. Or, so with this now, I just copy this. Then I go or again. Or maybe I think there's also V matrix. V matrix. What does that look like? You can check. So V matrix is like you're taking the norm. Okay. So that's when you're taking norm, right? There's also, it depends on basically what you're doing. So there's also capital V matrix. I think I'll stop with this. There's more. There's more to this. If you want, you can just explore. So you want to do norm stuff like this. So you can do your matrix like that. Okay. So that's what an equation looks like if you're working with equation in Google Colab. Okay. How about working with codes? So so you can work with the reason why I like this type is that this there are two types of modes. There's interactive mode and script mode. The reason why I like script mode is I teach a lot, so I can write my code, I can put pictures, I can do all of those things all in one. That's why I really enjoy this. Okay, so let's So here now we want to talk about how to work with sorry. Yeah, working with codes. This is the next thing we are talking about. Working with codes. So here, and I just want to do, I mean, it's not all about, I won't waste time explaining, but you remember we were talking about the quadratic expression, the quadratic formula the other time, where we have x equals minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. So all in one place, having told the story, I can then go ahead and even write the code in one place, just in one place. Okay, so now to solve that thing, I won't waste time because I will, there's an opportunity to explain this in the future. Now we are just focusing on the fact that we can use code in Google Colab. So this is the whole code written to solve to what the code you have there is for this solution to quadratic equation kind of thing, and then so you have the whole code written here this way. So to make it legible. So here now, of course, you know what you need to, if you need x, you need b, you need b square, you need b, a, and c. Basically, those are the things you need to determine your x. And then this square root part is the discriminant, so it's a very vital part of the equation. So to solve any such equation, all you need to supply is your a, b, and c. So that's why you are taking input from user. To take input from user, that's why you need to write this input, and it can be float, meaning that you can have decimal point. You know, we are going to learn about data types very soon, so not to worry. So you learn about this data, but here we're just navigating. So that's I'm not going to waste time with this. So you supply the values of A, B, and C. Then the discriminant determines the nature of the code, right? So you have discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. So that determines what the solutions are going to be like. And if the discriminant is greater than 0, so you're going to have two distinct and real, two real and distinct real parts. Else, if the discriminant is 0, you're going to have two real and equal parts. And then otherwise, you're going to have complex conjugate roots. So, and once that is done now, so if you run this, of course, for code, anytime you're working with code, it has a play button. So you click on the play button, and then it tells you, because the reason why this is giving us a prompt to input something is you have input right here. So it means that it's going to ask you to supply something. Just like when you go to an ATM, it tells you put your PIN. So here now, maybe let's say I want to solve 3x squared plus 5x plus c. So it tells me to enter the coefficient of x squared. So 3 for the first one, I press enter. Second one, I press 5. I press enter. Third one, I press 6. I press enter. Once that is done, it gives me the roots are complex conjugates. It means that the discriminant is negative, you know. So that's why we have this now. So I can actually run this again by pressing Control Enter, and then it tells me again, maybe I want to now solve x squared plus 4x plus 5, plus 4. Then in that case, now maybe I now have, so the coefficient of x squared is 1, enter. The coefficient of x is 4, enter. The constant itself is 4, enter. I go, and then the roots are real and equal because we have equal roots. So what if I want to, okay, let me now solve. So we have had all the situations now. Okay, Control V. Okay, let me just copy this now. I want, so the first one is a complex situation. How about when we have x squared plus 5x plus c? So I run this again, Control Enter. So the coefficient is 1. For x squared, for x, it's 5. Then the constant is 6. I press Enter. So here now, so the three cases now, this is complex, this is equal roots, and this is two roots which are real and distinct. So that's how to work with codes. But I mean, this thing is more about working with code than solving quadratic equations. So that's why I'm not taking too much time. So how about if you want to work with plots? So if you want to plot any of these things now, you know, how do you do it? So this is the whole code for it. So I'm not about to explain what the code is about. So we have done the same thing, all the whole code we've seen now, but I want to plot it, want to plot a graph. So to show you that even in this Google Colab, you can have text, you can have codes, you can have equations, and then you can also have plots. So I'm using this same code now to plot that thing, to plot the expression I just explained up there now. So I'll just use one situation like this. So of course, it's going to ask us for A, B, and C, and then it will now plot a graph for it. So of course, if you need to learn more about this, I mean, you can look at scientific computing, which I've done before now. So again, I'm going to press Control Enter. Then let me solve maybe the second one, the last one. So we have coefficient of x squared is 1, then 5, then 6. And once I press Enter, it is going to give the result and then plot the graph. And this is exactly what we have. So you see the two roots are given. in this place where you have these two dots, basically. So you can work with graphs. But apart from that, you can also get we are working with pictures, right? With plots or photos, if you like. So this is working with plots. You can work with plots using codes, just like what I've just demonstrated. Then you can also work with plots using links. For instance, this link contains the Python logo. So so you just need from ipython.display, import display image, HTML, math, and blah blah. Then image URL. So this place now. So if I run this, it shows me the Python logo. So I just click on it, takes a bit of time. So you can see the Python logo just jumps out at me like this. Then you can also upload a picture directly from your device. All right. So for instance, so because I need picture here now, so I need to use code. You need code for plot. Then I want to upload something from my. I need to upload something, a picture from my computer. So I just come here and go. Okay, is it here? Where is it now? Add comment. Is it this? How did I get to do this? Trying to say no. Okay, maybe I think I need is it code I need or text? This is I don't think this is what I need. I think I need text actually. Yeah, it should be text, not code. So I need code for this. So for this one, I can delete this now because I need text, not code. Yeah. So yes, so I double click this now. So this actually tells me I can insert an image. So I can just go to okay, I want to I want to upload a picture of mine. So I just click on this and then the picture. So it shows this kind of code like this. But then if you scroll down, you see my picture right here. Okay, so I can make this smaller. So I can double click on this. So I see just the picture without the code behind it. So you can actually upload a picture directly like this. Yeah, so this has been such a lengthy one, but I mean, it's very good because it is foundational. It's a foundation for all the things we'll be doing as we go forward. So this is us exploring Google Collaboratory, Google Colab. So with this, we come to the end of it. So you can see that in Google Colab, you can have a text, you can have texts, like maybe like you're writing a note. That's one thing. You can have equations, like the ones I've shown you, you know. You can have equations, you can talk about matrices and whatever you want to talk about. You can actually write codes to solve a problem like a quadratic equation. You can write code to plot a graph, for instance. Talking about plots, you can use link from a website to show a picture. You are very free to do that. And then, of course, you can actually upload a picture directly from your computer. So that's the beauty of Google Collaboration. With this, I come to the end of this lengthy video, but I think it's worth it for you to understand the whole thing about Google Collaboratory. All right. So if there's something you'd like me to try out, feel free to let me know. Let me know how helpful this video is for you. If you have not subscribed already, of course, you'll be missing a lot. So go ahead and click on subscribe on my channel, then hit the notification bell so you can always get alerted every time a new video is released. Apart from that, you can become a member of the channel. Just click on join. You find 3 levels of membership and the associated benefits like that. Ultimately, don't forget to like, share, comment so that more people can have access to the great content I have going on here. Till I come your way again, keep doing Python right. Bye.